It's the Cable
What are we doing? Have we cycled back around to blue decks now? Psychic Frog and Anger is kind of funny. Play the Psychic Frog, discard the Anger, fucking get in. Could try and make Grixis work. Hasty Frogs. I haven't drafted blue-white yet, which is usually an archetype I like. Force Negation plus Seasoned Dungeoneer would be an excellent start. You're interested in getting the bizarre stuff to work. I'm not. Maybe at some point, but I think I gotta exhaust the strategies that win. Yeah, really don't understand the Beastbinder hard on. Oh, Disciple of Freyles is for Force of Vigor, huh? I'm not Consign versus Mystical here. I'm gonna do one of those and a Witch Enchanter. Mana Drain's good. I'll play Mana Drain. And then we're either grabbing a fetch or we're gonna play grab a sideboard card like Containment Priest or Dress Down. One Black Lotus. I think I'm just gonna grab this Tundra and just make sure I have good mana. The Drain number 2 is tempting, of course. It is in the Supreme Cube, Mark. Yeah, I raised my eyebrow at it in the regular cube. I'm not gonna call it stupid because I haven't cast it, but grab Dovin's Sweet. Seal of Cleansing. 4th is almost interesting. Let's do this and this. I'll grab a Wasteland. Sure. I've done the Dreadnought thing. I think it's good. One-sided Null Rod or regular Null Rod. And it feels like we're just going into regular Null Rod zone. With only a Black Lotus for acceleration so far. You're a Beastbinder believer. Blanking random cards like Tez and Johnny and Time Vault's been sweet. Okay. If you're playing Null Rod off of it, Lotus Battle might as well be a Mox. I'll throw Energy Flux in the sideboard. Here we go. Force of Will's the business. I like the stock up. I'm not high on Dismantler. Kind of not my pack, huh? What's this guy? Other spiders you control have Riot. Spells and abilities can't be countered. Damage can't be prevented. Huh. That reminds me, I need some removal in this. This stack of cards I got here. Thinking about MacD, Preordain. I think we have enough Null Rods so we don't need MacD. Archon's kind of interesting. I'm going to take this Preordain. Keep my blue count high. Lavinia is a great reason to be in blue-white. Is Damping Sphere anything? Could be a sideboard card. I'm going to Commando or Flusterstorm. Like color-specific Null Rod. 4 Null Rod effects. A little Wrath action. And currently, we are removal-less. This Wrath's my first priest of removal, and it's very slow. We just have not seen Swords to Plowshares. It kind of makes me want to grab this Unable to Scream. We also haven't found any blue power. And usually when I'm not blue, I see like Recall and such going by, and I'm like, oh man, what the fuck am I doing? But this time we have just not seen blue power at all. Snapcaster Mage reminded me. Is there a matchup where Shadow Spear is good? I don't think it's as good as the hasty equipment, but I assume the hasty equipment's also in skateboard or something. Shadow Spear is like something for your Saga to grab to juice it up, get a lifelinker. I think I like the City Traders. There's almost enough humans for that Cavern of Souls. Hey, stop, baby boy. Huh. Well, that's a removal, sort of. Here we go. We can get a Time Walk. We can get a Swords. Get a Gleamox up in this. Sure. Lavinia number 2. Sometimes Lavinia is awkward. Because it's a legend. Good card. Think about Rest in Peace. Hey, Force Will number 2. Solitude number 1. Let's fucking go. A little bit worried about my island count for the days. It's nearly sealed when you think about it. Yeah, it's sealed with a lot more options because you're seeing so many more cards. You could always stretch the size of a sealed pool. Kind of don't love this Tamiyo. We don't have Brainstorm or Recall. We do have a bunch of Null Rods. It might just be a bad Tamiyo. If such a thing exists. I think the portable hole's coming out. It's a little awkward with Wrath the Skies. I think we got one of these cantrips, one of the 1 mana cantrips. Could just play a shitload of mana in this deck, actually. Yeah, I'm just going to play a shitload of lands here. So for people that aren't familiar with the format, this doesn't look like a shitload of lands, but usually you got like a bunch of like Soul Rings and stuff. And the last deck I played had like 8 literal lands and then just like a bunch of Moxen and such. Is Blue Count good? Blue Count's good. Interesting turn 1, right? Like, do you chill on the Null Rod so you can put your stock up? Or do you just assume that you'll find blue mana? Overly updated. Right, Emily? My in-laws live in Arizona, and they do that. They go on walks at, like, stupid early in the morning because it's way too hot to be outside otherwise. So they're basically nocturnal. Okay. How am I? I'm great. Thanks for asking. Just color screwed myself with a Stony Silence, as you do. I think I'm gonna fight over that. Hello. The Generous Plunder is gonna vastly outrace my Lavinia, and I can't crack the treasures. Thought it was correct to lead on her anyway. I don't know why. The 2/2's got menace, so I can't block. The Pinnacle might make it very awkward for my dungeon dreams, because they'll be spitting out colorless 1/1s, yeah. Sure. Whoa, no drone token serve. That was surprising. Voice of Victory wouldn't be the worst draw here, but I feel like if we draw another... Well, it doesn't really matter, right? We just have 15. It's a trap! Hey, Decident, thanks for the sub. Thanks for 51 months. Seasoned Dungeoneer is still legal in Legacy. Y'all think it's underplayed? Is a vintage staple? Yeah, but in vintage, it's also like backing up White Plume Adventure, and it gets a lot worse if you can't put White Plume Adventures in your deck. Portable looked good. They had a lot of premium 2-drops. Actually, if I'm cutting my null rods, then maybe the Tamiyo belongs. Yeah, Tamiyo's not very good in this main deck because we don't have Recall, we don't have Brainstorm to insta-flip it, and we have 4 null rods. So I think Tamiyo's worse than like a cantrip here that I'm also not playing. But we're cutting 4 null rods. Tamiyo starts to look a little better. Kind of hate this on the draw. On the play, you could like consign one of these things. If they're playing Mox Opal, I should definitely still have my null rods in. Silly meme. Last game they looked like a blue-red tempo deck. Beauty of a turn 1 from the opponent here. Yeah, the 8 led me to think that they were more of like an aggro control deck. I don't think that's true, Magic Man. Because they played the 3-mana 3/3 where like if they played a 0-drop, they got a 1/1. They only played one thing after that. So they were incentive to like dump the rest of their hand. They just didn't have it. They just had a weird draw. another game that highlights the importance of the forces, right? The forces in the opener, they don't get to time twister, and then well, it's less bad for us. Ooh, giving me a treasure. Yeah, we still have not taken a turn mag attack. It's gonna be a lot of cards with the Voltaic Key. Nice one off the top. All right. Get that trash back out of here. I don't think they're playing very many counters. I'm gonna cut voice. I kind of want to, after that game, I kind of want to get energy flux in here. I guess Flux is awkward at Portable Hole. It's good against the tokens, the Energy Flux, but so is Wrath of the Skies. I think I like Wrath better. Supreme Draft is free counter magic a higher value than fast mana? Depends on your deck. So this deck is playing a bunch of Null Rods, right? Which means that I don't actually want that many Moxen. But that has more to do with the Null Rods than it does with the counters. But in this deck, we would be taking Force of Wills over Moxen for sure. I think I might have even done that during the draft. You want some. You still want to like have the ability to play a Null Rod turn 1. Oh my god. I guess. Hoping I don't feel silly keeping another hand without a Force of Will after that last game. The Dashavan cometh. Opponent hasn't played a land, huh? I'm gonna fetch a basic land. We haven't seen Wasteland out of them, but why not, huh? Why not play around it? And now we kind of see why I kept this opener. You have 20 turns. Why I drafted the strategy? Yeah, why I'm playing a deck with 4 Null Rods in the first place. Oh, were you my last opponent, pigs? Yeah, GG's. I don't think so, Kaiframe. Oh, you're just joking? Gotcha. That would be a hilarious thing to come in with if you were actually my last round opponent. Gonna chill on my fetches here, so I can play Null Rod on 2. If you crack for the unable to scream on the Boromir, then they can strip mine your island, and then you're further away from rotting. In Rod we trust. Rod. Oh shit, what up? Hey Spawn, thanks up $4.20. I'm just pushing fucking buttons over here. Oh shit, what up? Hey Nomis, thanks for gifting a sob. Congratulations to Kigif. Hell yeah. Glad you got that sorted, Nomis. Let's see what Spawn wants to listen to. Some Necrophagist. Wait, that just gave them an artifact? Maybe that's worse than just playing this Voice of Victory. Yeah, I think I was supposed to play the Voice of Victory last turn. We shocking? Gorilla Shaman. They have 3 mana available. They need 5 mana to kill a Null Rod. Next turn, I'm just going to play a fucking dragon anyway. Tez just gave it a 1/1 counter. Incredible. Incredible, because it's an artifact now. Who else saw that one coming, hum? Clarion Conqueror is fucked up. 3 mana 3/3 flying Null Rod that also turns off creatures and also turns off planeswalkers. Card just does a lot. Punk ass dragon, yeah. Your ass dragon. The fact this card sees it barely any standard play is wild to you. The Clarion Conqueror. Yeah, you'd think turning off creature abilities would be real good, hum. Too slow on the draw against green decks. Yeah, you almost like need something to slow down the green deck into the Conqueror. Turn 2 Null Rod. Turn 3 also a Null Rod. Tinker, huh? Into One Ring. Interesting. This will draw me out of this. That's my second opponent that's tinkered for One Ring today. It hasn't looked very good as a tinker target. It's not like bad, but you'd rather have a Blightsteel? Yeah, I don't know if Blightsteel's in the cube. There's Citadel, and then there's the target player sacks 3 things. Might have given them 1 more turn, but I mean, the One Ring needs to be cast to get the extra turn of protection. Yeah. Inkwell's not in the cube, no. Got me. It did not mag attack. The One Ring? Oh, sacking the Mana Crypt. I see what you're saying. Just simply casting it. Not the One Ring, but the Tinker itself. Sure. Fair enough. I think the end of turn swords was unnecessary. I could have just untapped, played my voice, done whatever I wanted. Your friend bought you a ticket to CubeCon and you're terrified? Hell yeah, WDO. Not in October this year, Simuldanuka. I believe it's end of August. Yeah, it split off from CubeCon, so I think part of that was they didn't want to like butt heads with people that wanted to also. I'm sorry, it split off from GameholeCon. I think part of that was they also didn't want to. Yeah, it's August 26th to the 30th. So venue availability might have been part of changing the dates, but also like not trying to butt heads with people that also wanted to go to Gamehole Con. Might have made sense. Do I know if the change to being in the summer is a permanent change or just for this year? I do not know that, G-Ray. I would guess that they're very open to whatever works best for the most people. Wait, there's like this huge calculus that goes into that, right? What works best for the most people? What's the day that they can get a venue for? All that. It might change every year. This might be the new date. They might go back to the old date. Like, who knows? This is like way too. Like, I'd be surprised if that was something that they had locked in already. The same would tempt me if it had a blue source or a blue card for the force. But as is, it's just very slow. What do you ask, G-Ray? Does one date work way better for you? Hopefully, Tanladang. Hopefully. The fall's better for you. Ren for your circuit takes up most of your summer. It'll be interesting to see how attendance changes with a different venue and with a different schedule. When I first saw the date change, I was like, oh, thank God, my Octobers are fucking crazy. And then I realized my Octobers are crazy because CubeCon's in there. I almost want to bin the memory lapse if I'm slamming Null Rod on 2. Let's do this. Well, they're not doing anything. I'm not doing anything. We rebbing? My excitement to play in arena events is at an all-time low, G-Ray. I'm not like actively boycotting them, but I do feel weird promoting them and such when they're union busting. It's not very cool. It's not very cash money. Hasbro. Have I asked them not to? Hasbro? I signed the letter. Shared their social media posts. Does Hasbro not have control of Moto? No, Daybreak runs Moto. What is Gleemox? It's just like a busted Mox. It was kind of a joke card made to promote a online website that lasted like a year before it was taken down. And so they gave out a joke card to people on Magic Online to promote their site. And that is why you've never seen it before in your life. Vexing Bobble Academies. Not exactly a combo. They can't get rid of the Bobble because the Null Rod. Want to draw land for this Dungeoneer. Cleric, Rogue Warrior, or Wizard. Just a Soldier. So this isn't going to damage because they did cast the One Ring. Still as it comes into playability. This is going to make them pay 2, but they've got, I mean, why not? Why not make them pay 2? If we were terrified of the Windfall resolving, we could Swords our own Boromir. And then counter the Windfall, but I don't mind swapping these out. Okie dokie. Fair enough. Trap is target player loses 5 life. So if I trapped here, I would I'd have to target myself because they played the One Ring. Feel a little silly about my countering the Mana Vault. I was worried that I wouldn't have a target. At the very least, it was making the Academy tap for less. Just get my Surveil on there with that attack. Sure thing. It's a trap! This all seemed pretty good. All this hate seems to win these games a lot. Yep. If you look at, like, vintage decks, the Null Rod decks are playing a pile of Null Rods, you know, that sort of thing. That's all normal. So they showed me a deck that's weak to Null Rod, and this hand just doesn't have one. Don't like bidding the Solitude, but suppose I will. There's something to Wastelanding. There's also something to just not doing that. Saving the Wasteland for Academy, maybe. Academy is certainly worth a Wasteland. Talon Gates of Madra, sure. You're saving your Wasteland for marriage? Why are you doing that? How are you going to know if you have good chemistry with Wasteland? How do you know if you're going to use it right? You know, try it out first. This fucking mana drain mana. Fourth land. Got me. And the Gleamox is, of course, turned off by the Vexing Bauble. Vexing Bauble's really buttering my bread here, as it were. All right, all right. Who doesn't love buttered bread? I fucking love buttered bread. I'm actually avoiding butter in the near future. Apparently it's bad for your liver. Or heart or something. I don't know. Yeah, we mostly use olive oil now, Spawn. And sesame oil. A threat? For me? I should be doing this on my second main. Doesn't look like it's gonna matter. Nowadays, you make more PB&J sandwiches and you do not butter those. Have you tried buttering those? Have you tried buttering a PB&J? Might be a hasty mana drain. Maybe supposed to let that dismember resolve. You should try butter on fucking everything. He's from Hungary. We're cooking bacon over a campfire is a thing. Isn't that a thing everywhere? Where are you not cooking bacon over a campfire? The last time I packed a cooler for a camping trip. Did a bit of that. Made some bacon and eggs for breakfast. Not in a pan. Oh, so just like bacon on the end of a stick. I guess that's unique. Sure. A little hard cast, force of will. Sure. You have succeeded on your walk through time itself. Hell yeah. Hey, has anyone altered Time Walk to be like the Pan Walk? Like it'd be like one of these with a bunch of watches in it or something. Let's see. They got a PO in their graveyard. PO's the main reason to Wrath here instead of just playing the Null Rods. I think you can have two POs. Paradoxical Outcome. That's the. I was trying to think of a reason that Wrath would be better than second Null Rod here. That's the only thing I could think of. Awesome. Another trophy. It's 9 o'clock. Let's do one more of these. Yeah, those blue decks have a very high trophy rate.